Yippee-yi-yi, pada.
Let's do it.
All right, well, look, we're on Yippee TV, first podcast ever, with my boy, Thalison, my professor. And for any of you that do not know, what are you? Blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt, IBJJF world champ.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my man. Anyway, I just had to put that out there. But what's your first memories of you growing up in the Amazon?
First of all, thank you for having me for your first one. Like, pleasure to be here. Really keen to do it. Yeah, so growing up in the Amazon, so that was back in the time was like such an amazing experience, growing up there. Now that I look back into it, it was hard, compared to what I'm used to now. And what I see, the reality of other people, But yeah, I grew up like helping around my house, like with everything, and like we used to go fishing.
And is this like your mother, father, sisters?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah.
How many people in the family?
So I used to live like with my dad and like my cousins as well, and so a lot of people. A lot of people. So because it was such a small community, and having like cousins and my grandparents there as well, aunties, so everyone was there. So like basically like whole community together.
Wow, man.
So it's like a very, very nice in that sense. I grew up like with nature, like a fishing or hunting, and doing all of that.
Wow, man. Live. And so, and like even, I like this question, right? I always think about it, right? Because I think of, I grew up in Avalon Beach in Australia, grew up in the Amazon, it's different, right? But I've been thinking about this question a bit, is like, what's something that you're grateful for the way your parents raised you?
Well, there's many things that I'm very grateful for, like what they taught me, but I would say like a discipline, and hard work, probably like the main thing.
Yeah. And how so? Like doing chores around the house, or?
Yeah, both of my parents, they did work really hard, for everything they did, they pushed themselves really hard, Of course, they were not athletes like I became, but everything they used to do, they used to push themselves like to be the best. And like if I talk more about my mom, she had like all the strong mentality, it's like type of the people that she did not belong there, her mind was like somewhere else all the time. So she always like a push. She never like thought small. She never was satisfied with small things, like I think I got that from her like such a young age, So even like a time later on in my life, when I was already like pursuing the dream, like a career as an athlete, like at times that was tough for me and challenging, she was there and I said like, no, what are you doing, that's not how you should be thinking, should be aiming high and all that, should not back away, things like that definitely like made a difference, having like my parents like such like a strong mentality and hard work, and transferring it to Jiu Jitsu, made a big difference.
Man, I love that, bro. And then, like, I know one day, like, you and I have spoken about this before, like, I know one day you do want to have children. Like, what's something that you'd want to raise your children different than the way you were raised?
Of course, the conditions are different than the way I grew up, like most likely they're gonna grow up here in Australia than the Amazon, but I would even like to start all the way around, like what I would give to them that I grew up was more that discipline, and I think that's
you'd give them more discipline.
Yeah, more discipline, that's what I would give to them, I think, of course, there's a lot of skill that I did learn later on in my life, not even like growing up, more like older people, like lucky enough to connect to different people and learn from other people that skills like that. For sure, I wanted them to learn, so they can take in their life. But I think the main thing for me always gonna be discipline. I think if you have discipline in anything,
but what do you consider discipline? Like just like the chores after school, or like training? Or?
I mean, like of course, like I said the things you think is important for you, to achieve whatever you want to achieve, and commit to that, daily. Doesn't matter how you're feeling, what you're going through, if you're tired or not, but going there and doing what you're meant to do, Like, of course, when it brings to Jiu-Jitsu, doing your daily routine there, and then make sure you look after your boy, looking after the diet and things like that. But yes, if you can implement that to your daily life as well, you are very like have a person that has a lot of discipline, like you're gonna be able to achieve anything in your life. Doesn't matter like if you want to be an athlete or a singer or whatever. Discipline is the main thing. So for me, I don't mind if like the day I have kids, if they don't want to be athletes, like let's say they want to pursue another career, I won't mind. I want to support them anyway. But that's the main thing for me. Like you need to have discipline. For me, you can't say you want something so bad but you don't work for it, I like to see when people are really committed and working to things. That's where it make my heart smile.
Love that, bro. Love that. How old were you when you started jiu-jitsu?
So I was 12 when I started jiu-jitsu, and since then I've stopped.
Okay, and like at 12, the first time you went to the gym and you started, like what were your first thoughts? Like immediately you're like, I want to do this, or like to what level?
Yeah, straight away. Like I fell in love with the sport straight away. I was going such a difficult time because I lost my father when I was 11, just a bit before when I started training jiu-jitsu. So I was a stage.
So the same.
Yeah, a couple months after it.
Okay.
Not even a year apart.
Did you have like good, like losing your father at your age? Like I lost my mother at the same age that you lost your father. Like, was the community, was that like, did you have father figures within jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, definitely. So I did kind of find the family aspect of it there as well, in the community. But I think what made the most difference for me, I felt I did belong to something that I did not have to communicate, I just had to express myself by doing jiu-jitsu, trying to get better, push myself hard every day, but did not have to connect much in the sense I need to, let's say, of course I was young, but did not have to go out and then have hours of conversation. My way of expressing and connect myself to other people is through the sport, and that's make the difference for me, because I would spend the whole day at the gym. I would just go to
Did you go to school?
Yeah, I did go to school. I did go to school, and then right after it I would run.
And did many of your friends do it as well? Or?
No, not from school. Like my neighbors, that's the one they got me into it. In the local gym in the neighborhood where my mom used to live. They got me into that. So then all the friends I have there in the area.
And then at like what age, or like was it immediately? Did you think that like I could be world champ? Like, or did you think like, damn, I'm good at this?
Was a working process leading to it, but I said I was 13, 14, like I said, I have a shot at it, I really want to do it, I would not see myself doing anything else other than jiu-jitsu.
Wow, man, that's so cool. And then what about this? What do you think makes someone good at jiu-jitsu?
There's many aspects of it, I do believe that people are actually born with very talented to it, they have the natural talent to it, and of course if they sharp their talent, they just keep getting better and better. But and then there's other aspect now, the hard work, the commitment, and be able to say no to things that are gonna take you out of the path. Over the years, through me growing up through jiu-jitsu, so even today, as established as I am, I see a lot of people that you can see they have a lot of talent, but through the journey, a lot of things take them out of it, So when these hardships or distraction coming your way, if you're strong enough to say no to it and then stay committed to your path and to where you want to be, what you want to achieve, they're also going to make a difference.
And then, I said before, what makes someone good at jiu-jitsu? What makes someone great at jiu-jitsu?
Great at jiu-jitsu.
Similar?
No, a lot of people you're gonna have levels to it, right? Like you're gonna have the people that become champion, then you have the people that become great. I think like once you achieve the level, like you're the champion, you're the best in the world, you have two choices there, you know, like where you gonna go? Like are you gonna go for greatness, or you gonna like chill down, calm yourself down? I have seen that so many over the years. People get to that level where they feel comfortable, and even that's a hard level, they make like a comfort zone there. You know, that become the comfort zone. So then it's up to you.
The comfort zone?
Even the high level, you know, like where for normal people that would not be a comfort zone. It would take them forever to get that level, but for that level of people, that's a comfort zone for them. And then it's about making the decision. Like I'm gonna keep pushing myself through it. So I end my career as one of the greatest of the whole time, or no, I'm comfortable here. So it's more like a life decision of how much you're gonna push yourself, you know, and like so it's more mental there, how strong you are mentally, you know. Have a very strong mindset to be able to push yourself to achieve greatness.
What do you want to do for yourself? Like what's the next level for you in your jiu-jitsu?
I just, as I always did, I was trying to have like the best jiu-jitsu ever, you know, like I wouldn't, it's nearly impossible to make no mistake, but that's what I want to achieve, you know, and I want to keep doing it through competition so I can prove I can do it against the best guys, of course in my division. And then I want to keep pushing myself for the next couple years, keep competing as much as I can, you know, keep performing. And now I'm a stage of my life as well that I'm not just competing for myself, but being example to other kids, you know, like to kids for the new generation. So that's something that's really giving me a lot of inspiration as well, like to keep pushing myself hard, is just be a good example to the next generation.
Like, what advice would you give to kids that are like that, watch you and aspire to be a world champion like you? What advice would you give to a kid that's 12 or 10 that's dedicated, they want it?
The first thing, like you need to believe in your heart that you can achieve it, and work hard for it every single day, you know, even like things are going difficult, you know, many things gonna come in your way, but just keep pushing hard through it. And if you really believe that in your heart, you're gonna get there.
And then what's something that you've, like, through jiu-jitsu, like what's something you've learned about yourself that jiu-jitsu's taught you?
Well, I grew up in jiu-jitsu basically, you know, like so my personality, all the tools that I have like to face life was through jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu gave me a lot of tools to do it. So it's really like even difficult for me, like kind of separate. I don't even think I have a personal identity out of jiu-jitsu now.
I've got a question.
You know, it's like I think if I stop myself and think like, who am I without jiu-jitsu? Like it'll be really hard to find something in that, you know?
This is just something I'm interested in. Like, what do you think are the things that make a jiu-jitsu gym like successful and great?
Definitely like the vibe at the place is what is probably one of the main things, you know, and then that all gonna come down to the person ahead of it, the main coach there, you know, the flexibility you have, you know, and of course the restriction you have as well.
What do you mean by
like for example, like if I give an example for the gym, I don't push people hard like through warm-ups and stuff. You know, so it's way more chill. I'm not the type of coach that kind of guide everyone through like a one style of jiu-jitsu. You know, like I keep it the jiu-jitsu very open. Like I give of course, all my perspective on it, but the concept, okay, look, that's what you should be trying to achieve, and that's what's gonna be in your way to achieve that, and things like that. And then you kind of shape yourself around that. Now build your own jiu-jitsu around that, and I think that kind of give more freedom to people express themselves whatever way who they are, you know, instead of
everyone's so different.
Then instead of they trying to fit to something they are not. You know,
like buddies.
You know, like a good example, like I could be a coach that everyone needs to be very aggressive, but then you're very chill guy. You know how you gonna like change your whole personality
for sure
just because of that. You know, while Jiu-Jitsu it give you the flexibility to be who you are and to be great at it. You know, should be your best at it. Even if you bring an example of the best guys in the world, they all have different like style of Jiu-Jitsu and they play different games. You know, so you kind of can find yourself on that. And so giving like for example these flexibility to people, make people feel more comfortable, you know, make them feel like, okay, I'm at my place, I can be myself, I'm working towards something, and I can kind of build my own path, but of course I have someone that to guide me through it, you know, and they give me the tools that I need to kind of achieve whatever level I want to achieve in Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, man, I love that. And so I think you were like 18 or 16 in New York with Unity? Yeah. What's the difference between like Unity and AOJ?
Well, like of course, every school you're gonna have like a different techniques. You know, they're gonna run different programs, and you're gonna get the benefits of all of them. You know, like I think if you are a smart person, you are a smart athlete, you're gonna be able to absorb from every person you're gonna train with. You know, whatever room you're gonna train with. So in my time when I was in New York training there, it was like the training was longer, you know, so you had to be more resilient in the sense like you training for 3 hours straight, you know, against the best guys ever, a room of killers, and even for me there, like, I was the lightest all of them, you know, so he had that as well, so you know, he had to push yourself through that and be very resilient in the sense of from the start to the finish, you want to be pushing your best, you know, and not giving up through it. And they did break me many times, but they rebuilt me stronger and better. Like every version that I had there, I always felt better. And AOJ, when I joined AOJ, it was a very different, like a time of my life. I was a black belt already, you know, I was like at least like a top 3 guys in the world already. When I went there, so like I had an idea, like, okay, I know what I'm doing here, I know how to learn, how to absorb, and know, so I did absorb as much as I could in the short time that I had there for the first time, you know? But the training is of course different, you know, like they make shorter training but more intense, shorter round but more intense, so it did force me like to react faster, to, you know, make faster decision there. It's kind of, so I used to make longer trains so I would have more time, you know, so to do things, so they had to compress the whole thing together to put in a shorter time. It made so much sense for my jiu-jitsu as well. I felt like my jiu-jitsu improved so much, such a short period of time, and I did get that I learned there, and then when I came back home to Australia, like I could apply, and I kept like improving, developing on what I did learn there. You know, but again, what I said, like if you're smart, you can absorb from every person. You know, you can get the strongest points of a school, of an athlete, a coach, and then bring that into your jiu-jitsu, into your game.
And then how do you like what went through your mind is like, I remember when I first started doing jiu-jitsu, like here, you're my professor, and I've pretty much just always seen you win. Do you know what I mean? But when you first went for Worlds at black belt, you lost. And then the second round you won, and the next year you won. But when the first year you becoming a black belt, you lost. Like, how do you rebuild from that? Like, what went through your mind?
Yeah, definitely was tough, you know, like as you preparing yourself your whole life for something, and then you get there, you not be able to achieve it, and then you look into yourself, and then you think, okay, what did I do wrong? What can I do better for the next time so I can achieve it? You know, what's the small adjustments? Is that technical? Is that mental? Is that physical? You know, so you wanna bring down to the minimal details and trying to fix that. You know, and I did not feel far away from everyone. You know, I was competing against the best guys, and I wasn't like they beating me, they are submitting me, and they, you know, like winning by 10-0, 20-0, and smashing me. You know, like I lost half the decision. You know, so I say, okay, I'm there. I'm face to face against the best guys. You know, what can I do to get the lead, and get
Yeah.
better and be better than that. And then that's like coming back, and that's when I made the decision of going to AOJ as well. So I did kind of change everything as well. And of course, I was going through a different stage as well, because that was, of course, after the pandemic, but after I opened my own school as well. So then I had to kind of shift my attention from being just an athlete to be a business owner, and then learn a whole different industry. So I had to kind of put that on the plate and have to balance it all. But then when I come back and then I went to AOJ, I just I can put this all aside and just
focus
think,
on that.
that's what I did, and for the second time I won.
Love it. And then, who's someone you idolize and why?
Well, it's always gonna be many people, right?
Look up to. I like the word look up to.
Up to, yeah. I think there's many people through my career that I did look up to, but to give you names, I think the Meow Brothers was a people that was there for me. They when I was a blue belt, they are there. They was the black belts world champion. They are the best guys in the world. They're the person you look at. That's where I wanna be one day, And I was lucky enough to be able to train with them every day, So be able to see what are they doing, and then be able to get the quick feedback on my own jiu-jitsu, and see, okay, I'll be black belt in 2 years and I'm still getting smashed, So I had that quick feedback, and then I'm gonna be black belt in 1 year and now I'm getting smashed less, But if I'm getting smashed, is why I'm being smashed, and how can I get better at this? How can I progress from that? So that made a huge difference as well. And of course, the inspiration, seeing them like that, working, pushing themselves daily as well was a big thing for me as well. But again, all the champions, all the best guys, you look up to them, okay, what did this best did different that made them achieve that and made them win for that long for so long, And then you, of course, you wanna try to bring that to build yourself.
Man, I love that, bro. This is an interesting question, right? It's how old you were. I remember once you told me, I think you said you were 16, you had your girlfriend, you're going to New York, you couldn't speak English, right? You've lived life, now you've had multiple girlfriends, all right? What's something you've learned, or what are the things you've learned throughout your life and all your relationships with your girlfriends?
Well, I think that there's a lot of things you learn as well through relationship, right? Each relationship, each person, you do learn a lot.
Damn straight.
Yeah, you learn about relationship, but you do also learn about yourself, how you think, how you act, how you behave, and your mistakes, and how you can get better. And each person, the time you had together and they come to an end, I think if you should always look for the bright side of it and all the good times you had, and it's still look forward to what did not work for that person that I can get better into myself to the next person, not even to the next person, but to yourself. How can I get better for myself? I enter in that relationship like that, and I'm living like that. How can I get better and do the inner work in a good sense, but sometimes a bad sense as well. Sometimes you live a relationship pretty bad. You make even worse decision after that. Then you wanna come back into yourself, do the inner work, and is that the right thing for myself? That's how I should be living my life, and then make a decision on top of that. So through my relationships, I think I had always a big moments of realization of who I am, and how I should be as a person, and how I should be looking for not to other person, but already, of course, be better to other people, but how you're gonna keep progressing as a human being, evolving, and of course understand what you deserve, what other people should be giving to you, your value, your worth, and and have the
I love the
50-50,
man. Another thing is, I like this, is what's something you like about yourself and something you don't like about yourself?
What do I like? What I like about myself is that I think I'm a very passionate person.
Yeah.
You know, I think I like everything I do. I do it with my heart. I do because I love it. I push myself like hard. Of course, we all expecting an outcome, but I'm like present there, living it, and pushing myself to even the extreme, you know, to make that happen. It doesn't matter if it's like that with my friendship, to my relationship, or my life goals, or to support other people. I'm always passionate about what I do. I don't do I don't do it for money. I don't do it for fame. I don't do it for anything else. I do it because I love it. Yeah, for the love of it.
Yeah.
And what I don't like about myself, that's a few things I can put there, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel even silly on that sense, but even the looks that I catch things pretty fast, I even feel I'm get things really slow, you know, like I think click slower for me in that sense of like, of course that was that. And also when I started realizing things like, this person knew it already, you know, that person was there. But then it's always coming down like, I'm comparing myself against people that are more mature than me and that have experienced other things than me, or they've been in the industry longer than me, and they're like, I feel like just dumb, how I didn't know that before, type of thing, you know. And then I feel like, okay, I'm kind of slow on that, but just because I wasn't there, I did not know that before, you know.
Yeah. All right, last question, and similar to, you kind of said something similar to before, but like, when you take away your identity, right? Like you're Thalison, like Jiu Jitsu, black belt, world champ, and you know, you go to a Jiu Jitsu gym, everyone loves you, and that's the vibe, right? But if you take away that, who are you?
I guess I'm kind of figuring out now, you know, like lately I've been doing that a lot, like trying different things, you know, doing different sport and trying like to suck at something, you know, like I know be good at something and don't be the guy, like you know, like being, for example, been playing a lot of golf, like a lot of surfing a lot, you know, just to put myself in the stage that I'm a white belt again, you know, and then learn about myself, where do I frustrate myself and how I'm gonna overcome that, and you know, kind of not even like a build identity, but more understand who is Thalison now, who am I, you know, and then slowly getting there. Well, what I can say about myself, I'm a very simple guy that just like live that life daily.
Man. Thank you so much, my brother.
You.
Thanks, Thalison.
Thank you.